Right? Welcome to physics class. In previous class, we do some problems based on PN junction diode. So in this class, I will explain some more problems on PN junction diode and also explain rectification, rectifiers, and also types of rectifiers. So the first one is here. There is one problem. See here, all the problems they are involved in our material. Okay. Example 5. Find the potential of across each capacitor. Assume the diodes are ideal. This is the circuit diagram. D1, D2 are the two diodes. C1, C2 are the two capacitors. They are connected. Total is connected across the battery of EMF 24 volts. So it is asked that what is the potential of across each capacitor? To find the PD across each condenser, first let us know which diode is said to be in forward bias and which diode is said to be in reverse bias. See here, first one D1. This is the P type of D1, this is the N type of D1. Okay now? Let P type is connected to positive polarity. That means D1 is said to be in forward bias. D2 opposite, P type of D2 is connected to negative polarity of the battery. That's why D2 is in reverse bias. Reverse bias means D2 does not conduct the current. This becomes open circuit. D1 becomes a closed circuit because both the diodes are ideal. The equivalent circuit of this can be written as, say it is C1. C1 is equal to 4 microfarad, and instead of D1 it is a closed circuit కాబట్టి దాని వల్ల మనం మెన్షన్ చేయక్కర్లేదు. And C2, this is C2 is equal to 8 microfarad, right? And here this is an open circuit, means there is no current passing through the wire D2. Finally, between this first terminal and between this last terminal there is a battery EMF is equal to 24 volts. See here, C1 and C2 both are connected in series. Potential of across C1 is V1, across C2 is V2. In series combination, condenser capacity C is equal to formula Q by V. Capacity C is equal to formula Q by V, where Q equal to charge. In series combination, charge remaining constant. So this implies V is proportional to 1 by C. Therefore, V1 is to V2 is equal to C2 is to C1. 1 by C, V1 is to V2 is equal to C2 is to C1. What is C2? 8 and C1 4. That is equal to 2 is 1. Therefore, potential difference across the first condenser is given by V1 is equal to how many parts? 2 out of 3 into total EMF is equal to 24 volts. 3 ones and 3 eights, that is equal to 16 volts. Again, V2 is equal to 1 out of 3 in 24, that is equal to 8 volts. So these are the potential drop across the two condensers C1 and C2. V1 equal to 16 volts and V2 equal to 8 volts. Okay now, note these problems. Again, this is an example 6. Example 6. Given the barrier potential of the junction diode is equal to 0.50 volts. Thickness of the depletion layer is equal to 5.0 into 10 power minus 7 meters. Find the electric field intensity in the depletion layer. Electric field intensity. Second one, an electron approaches the junction from N side with a speed of 5 into 10 power 5 meter per second. Find the speed when it enters in the P side region. So mind friends, this is the situation. Solution is given barrier potential 0.5, thickness is equal to 5 into 10 power minus 7 meters. So the first one is electric field intensity inside the depletion layer is equal to E is equal to VB by D. VB is 0.5 by D is equal 5.0 into 10 to the power minus 7, that is equal 5 ones, 5 0.1s, 0.1 into 10 to the power plus 7, that is 10 power 6 volt per meter. This is the electric field intensity in the depression region. And second one, clearly very important problem is second point. Suppose an electron approaches the p-n junction diode from n side with a speed v1 is equal to 5 into 10 power minus 5 into 10 power 5 meter per second. It is entering into p side crossing the junction with a velocity v2 value calculate చేయాలి. Electric field intensity in between p type and n type is always taken from n to p, but electrons are always accelerated opposite to field means when the electron is going along this field direction, its velocity gradually goes on decreasing because force acting on the electron by the electric field that will opposite to electric field intensity. That means it will be decelerated. Decelerated means velocity goes on decreasing. Okay. So in this condition, work done is equal to this unbiased p-n junction diode. Unbiased. In case of unbiased p-n junction diode, you know work done W is equal to E into V. Work done W is also equal to change in kinetic energy means here initial kinetic energy is more compared to the final kinetic energy. That means half m v1 square. Say suppose half m v2 square minus half m v1 square is equal to charge of the electron is equal here. So minus E into V. Let this is half m into we'll find the value of which one? V2. Therefore half m into v2 square minus v1 square is equal to minus E into Vv, or v2 square minus v1 square is equal to minus 2EVB by m. Therefore we are having v2. Therefore v2 square is equal to v1 square minus 2EVB by m. What is v1 square? Or v2 is equal to finally v2 is equal to root of this side. So this is equal to root of v1 square is equal to v1 5 into 10 power 15. 5 into 10 power 15 whole square minus 2 into charge of electron 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 into Vb is direct potential is 0.5 volt. 0.5 by mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kilograms. 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kilograms. Okay. So after solving this, you can get the answer is 2.7 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second. 2.7 into 10 power 5 meter per second. So this is the final velocity of the electron on approaching towards the p-type material. Okay. Right? These are some problems based on p-n junction diode. You can do the sums in module 1 classwork, module 2 classwork, and also homework. They are very easy concepts. But in any problem, there is a rectifier, means half wave and full wave rectifier. Neglect it. After completion of this rectification, we can do the same problems. Very easiest concept. Now in this case, what are the uses of the p-n junction diode? In general, junction diodes are used as the rectifiers and also transistors. Next one, amplifiers and so on. First one, how the p-n junction diode used as a rectifier. But what is the concept of rectification? Rectification means the process of converting alternating current into direct current is known as the rectification. What is the difference between alternating current and direct current? Direct current means The direction of current through the circuit cannot change with respect to time. Then the current is said to be direct current. If the direction of the current through any resistance or through any electrical equipment changes with respect to time regularly, then the current is said to be alternating current. In general, alternating current, it is represented by a sine function like a sinusoidal current. So this becomes just like this. This is the alternating current, AC. And DC means direct current means current, magnitude of the current cannot change with respect to time and time. Then the current is said to be direct. See here, suppose this is 0, it is pi radians, it is 2 pi, 3 pi and so on. And that means on y-axis, let us take the potential difference or the current. From this point to this point, suppose on x-axis maybe we will take omega t function, omega or also time function at like this. From 0, time increase అయిపోయింది ఏమవుతుంది అంటే కరెంట్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతూ reaches a maximum value. This is the maximum value of current. అయితే current will be decreases from to 0 and increases in the opposite direction and also becomes a maximum value in the opposite direction. Again decreases to 0. This is one complete cycle, you know. In this complete cycle or complete wave, the value of the current will be increased from 0 to maximum and maximum to 0. Again 0 to maximum in the opposite direction and again from maximum to 0. Okay. Suppose it is a resistance kappa. It is connected across an AC source. This is the symbol for AC source. Symbol for AC source. Also right here, it is the resistance kappa. The two ends of the given resistance is also connected across a DC source. This is the symbol for DC. Direct resistance. In case of DC, current is always flown from positive to negative in the same direction through the external circuit. This one is called as the direct current. But see here, in this resistance, this is AC. At any instant, this end becomes positive, this end becomes negative. Means current is flowing through the external resistance like this. So in the next time interval, it becomes negative and this becomes positive, and the current is moving in the opposite direction. Again this becomes positive, this becomes negative. Current will be moving in like this. That means for regular intervals of time, the direction of the current through the circuit will be changes. This type of current is said to be alternating current. In general, in our household, current from the electric substation or current from the outside, it is AC completely. Suppose to charge a phone, we are using a charger, you know. Charger means it converts alternating current into direct current. So therefore, direct current that is used to charge the given cell phone. Okay na? So here, my dear students, direct current is widely used and compared with the alternating currents. That's why our aim is to convert how this convert AC into DC. Suppose to charge the cell phone, we are using some adapters. అందులో ఉన్న డివైస్ ఏంటి అంటే that is a component which converts AC into DC. Right? So therefore here the process of converting alternating current into direct current is called as the rectification, and the device used to convert AC into DC is called as the rectifier. Please note the 2 points. What is meant by rectification and also what is a rectifier? Rectification means the process of conversion of AC into DC is called rectification. The device used to convert AC into DC is called as the rectifier. But in general, there are two types of rectifiers. One is half wave rectifier, second one is full wave rectifier. First one, half wave rectifier. Half wave rectifier. Second one is full wave rectifier. Observe it. It's also very important in IT point of view also. So in this class I will explain only on theoretical concept. The formulas based on the half wave and full wave rectifier, they are explained in the next class. Right? Suppose AC. Rectifier means it is a device converts AC into AC. In general, alternating current is taken always from a transformer. Okay, it is a transformer. It is the symbol of the transformer. It is a transformer. Transformer is also having two windings. This is the primary winding of the transformer and this is the secondary winding of the transformer. Okay, primary winding and secondary winding. ఈ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మర్ డివైస్ వల్ల అంటే ఈ కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ మొత్తం కూడా ఆల్టర్నేటింగ్ కరెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంది. అందరూ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు క్లియర్గా. రిమెంబర్ దిస్ పాయింట్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద సింబల్ ఫర్ ఏ ట్రాన్సిస్టర్ అండ్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ప్రైమరీ కాయిల్ అండ్ సెకండరీ కాయిల్ దేర్ ఆర్ టూ వెర్టికల్ లైన్స్ parallel lines because this is the symbol for a transformer. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి? This is primary winding of the transformer and this is secondary winding of the transformer. Now what is our aim? We convert AC into DC here. Suppose the AC is connected across the two polarities of the primary winding. ఇక్కడ AC పెట్టేసామంటున్నాం. This is AC. ఇది AC source. Also, A and B are the two ends of the secondary winding. From the end A, a PN junction diode is connected. It is a PN junction diode, capital A. Also, from N type of the semiconductor or in between N type of the semiconductor and also second end of the secondary winding, a load resistance is connected. This is the load resistance R. Load is connected. Across the load resistance, the output is taken. This is output. So this is the circuit symbol corresponding to half wave rectifier. Are you understand? Okay. It is the transformer. Primary winding of the transformer and this is the secondary winding of the transformer. In between two ends of the primary winding an alternating source is connected. Also from one end of the secondary winding the p-type material of the junction diode is connected. Again between n type of the diode and also another end of the secondary winding a load resistance is connected R. Between the two ends of the load resistance and output is taken. This is the circuit connection. Then how we convert AC into DC? Say simply the input waveform is input waveform. Input means AC is connected. So this is the input AC waveform. Okay, input AC. See my dear friends, this is the positive half cycle of input AC and this is the negative half cycle of input AC. 0. Suppose on x-axis, let us take the time period. Time period. Whatever it may be, time kani or omega kani తీసుకోవచ్చు, no problem. Omega in terms of phase difference or angular frequency in terms of time. So this is one complete wave kada ikkada nunchi complete wave kabatti total time taken for complete wave is called time period. So input AC waveform. Suppose see here during the positive half cycle of input AC This is the positive half cycle. So in the positive half cycle of input AC, let the terminal A becomes positive and B becomes negative. Right? So transformer is a device which is working on the principle of mutual induction. That concept explained in alternating current. Only remember these points alone. Due to positive half cycle, this end becomes positive, this end becomes negative. This is positive, this is negative. Similarly, A becomes positive, B becomes negative. Blindly our. So first one, during positive half cycle of input AC, positive half cycle of input AC, A becomes positive, B becomes negative. A becomes positive and B becomes negative. A becomes positive means diode reverse over. P type is, if P type is connected to positive polarity, diode is said to be forward bias. In forward bias, the diode can easily conduct a current. Therefore, in this situation, diode conduct the current. Diode conduct the current, or the diode is said to be on position. Diode is said to be on position. Therefore, output waveform is also drawn like this. This is output. In the positive half cycle, in the positive half cycle, output is like this. Okay na? In the positive half cycle, P becomes positive, N becomes negative. That means the diode is between forward bias, it allows the conduct the current. Therefore, the output is taken across the load resistance. Right? Okay. Next again, during negative half cycle, the next half cycle means on increasing the time, it becomes negative. In the next half cycle, this end becomes negative and this end becomes positive. That means A becomes negative and B becomes positive. A becomes negative means the diode is reverse over. It is in reverse bias. So during negative half cycle of input AC, A becomes negative, B becomes positive. A becomes negative means P type is connected to negative polarity of the battery. If P is connected to negative polarity, the diode is said to be in reverse bias condition. In reverse bias, the diode does not conduct the current, does not allow the current. That means output is equal to 0. There is no current coming from the load resistance. Therefore, in this situation, the diode does not allow the current. Diode does not allow the current. Therefore, this negative half cycle cannot be taken to the output resistance. Right? Okay. Next, in the second positive half cycle means once again this end becomes positive, this end becomes negative. That's why A becomes positive and B becomes negative. Once again the diode is in forward bias, so that therefore it allows the current. That means half cycle like this. So in this situation, all the positive half cycles, this is output. In this output region, the current is passing only in one direction. There is no negative half cycles. That means AC converts into DC. So this is the output DC waveform. So in this way, the total input alternating current converts into output DC. Right? But from this diagram, it is observed that only a part of the input current converts into output, not 100%. Then how do you find out the efficiency of the rectifier? Efficiency eta is equal to, it is the formula for the ratio between output DC power by input AC power. DC power output by AC input power. It is approximately 0.406 into RL by RF plus RL. ఇది ఫార్ములా. And the formula of efficiency, definition for formula of efficiency is no need for our syllabus. Only remember this point. We know here what is RL? RL is the load resistance. RF is equal to forward resistance of the diode. Suppose if the diode is ideal, the diode is ideal means forward resistance is equal to 0. That means 0.406 into RL by RL. RL cancel అవుతుంది. It is 0.406. Percentage లో indicate చేస్తే it is approximately 40.6%. 40.6%. So therefore what is the formula? I mean value of efficiency of the half wave rectifier 40.6% means for the input AC only 40.6% will be converted into output DC. But from the diagram it is seen here only negative half cycles are stopped in the circuit. Positive half cycles only they can be taken as the output. Means 50% will be output here. But mathematically we can prove that 50% is also it is approximately 40.6%. Then what is the remaining 10%? The remaining 10% may be lost inside the diode in the form of heat energy or in the form of light energy. Right? So this is the concept about efficiency, and there are so many problems corresponding to, so many other formulas corresponding to this half wave. So that formulas they can be explained in the later class. Now again, this is only the half wave rectifier, you know. Are you understand? Next I will explain what is meant by a full wave rectifier. Very simple, very easy. Full wave rectifier circuit diagram is same, but this is the transformer, AC source. Here this is D1. Here also there is one another junction diode is taken. Two diodes are taken in case of full wave rectifier. D1 and D2. One P-type is connected to A. P-type terminal of the other diode is connected to B. Okay now. Next again, in this output region, here the n-type terminals of the both the diodes are connected together. రెండింటిని ఒకదానితో కనెక్ట్ చేసేస్తాం. Next again, from the midpoint of secondary winding, it is C. Suppose if A is positive, B is negative. What is the value of C? I mean potential at C is equal to 0. That means this is exactly the center of the transformer. Center of secondary winding. Center of secondary winding is always maintained at 0 potential. That's why it is taken as the center tap transformer. So a wire is connected to the center of the secondary winding, and from this is disconnected. In between the point C and also this n-type regions, there is a load is connected. This is the load resistance RL, and again output is taken across the load resistance. So this is taken as the output. Okay. See here, my students. During the positive half cycle of input AC, it becomes positive, this becomes negative. A becomes positive, B becomes negative. Means in which of the diode is in forward bias? P is connected to positive కాబట్టి ఇది forward bias లో ఉంటుంది. D2 connected to negative means it is in reverse bias. This does not know that. Only the current is connected to the P junction diode. The output is taken across the arm. Okay, output is taken like this. Next one, during the negative half cycle means it is negative and this becomes positive. A becomes negative and B becomes positive. A becomes negative means D1 is in reverse bias. It does not allow the current. D2 is in forward bias. This allows the current, and this current is flowing like this, and also going like this. That means first diode నుంచి వచ్చే కరెంట్ ఏ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉంటుందో second diode నుంచి వచ్చే కరెంట్ కూడా in the same direction. Means this negative half cycle also converted into like this. Next one, in the same way, the total output and the total input AC waveform that converts into output DC. Okay na? Total wave is converted into output DC. Right? In this case, efficiency of the diode is equal. Efficiency of the diode is equal to same as eta is equal to output DC by input AC. This is twice as of the half wave rectifier. This is the half wave rectifier. ఇంటూ 2 చేసామనుకోండి 0.406 into 2 that means it is 0.812 into R by R plus R. Suppose if both the waves are ideal means RF is equal to 0. RF is equal to 0 means it becomes 0.812 or in terms of percentage 81.2%. 81.2%. These are the formulas corresponding to efficiency of half wave rectifier as well as full wave rectifier. So, thank you my dear students. In the next class, I will explain some more formulas corresponding to half wave and full wave rectifiers. Before we going to explain, please remember one point. Theoretical concept of half wave and full wave rectifiers compulsory study by using your material, study material. Thank you.